What's going on, everybody? I'm Bob Loud, and in today's video we're going to be going over the new Fallout 76 update. And I'm not going to lie, this has to be one of my favorite updates because it brings in two new elements that's going to be wild for mules and new level players. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. Alright, so when you get to the site here, which you can look this up yourself, but thankfully you're not, or else you wouldn't be looking at my video. So right now, players can actually choose to start at level 20 right out the gate when you make a new player. So this would be probably useful for when you're trying to make a mule, basically to hold your other character's items. Very exciting for when you're trying to especially start a new character or play with a bud, and y'all could just start out at level 20. Well, I do not suggest starting out at level 20, especially if you're brand new, but if you aren't brand new, then this is really going to help you out, because I know just leveling up on a brand new character kind of sucks, but some people actually enjoy it, so at least there's an option now. And now they've placed a donation box outside of Vault 76 for the new players coming in, which is going to be really crazy. That's actually something I think is really cool, because a lot of the 76 community, you guys out there, like to actually donate to other players and sit there and help each other out. So that's just one way that they're actually giving you another way to be able to help people out, which is going to be really cool to see what's in the donation box. And hopefully they have them connected to only new players when they join in, or else people are probably just going to be taking a lot of stuff out of there who don't need it. And then they added two different perks, Arms Keeper and Stable Tools, which Arms Keeper reduces weight of rifles, which is going to be pretty cool, especially for mules. So it seems like this update is helping out your mules really. And then Stable Tools, automatic melee weapon durability bonus. I don't really use melee weapons, but hey, if you do, this actually might be great for you. And there are now 10 level versions of T45 and Raider power armor. I don't use either or of those power armors, so I'm sure somebody out there might be excited for it, but me in particular, I'm not. And they've added a new filter when viewing perk cards. This actually might be useful just so you don't have to continuously shuffle through everything. So if you got a new perk card that you wanted to put on right away, you'll be able to see it. So that, I like that. And they're now giving warning to players under level 50 trying to enter daily ops. I guess that's more of for newer players, like really legit new players to the game. Maybe they were just joining it and wondering why they were dying. So that's kind of funny, but hey, at least you're trying to help the new player base out. And now Workbench Changes. All Workbench lists use alphabetical sorting. That's cool. It's gonna have to be getting some used to, but that's pretty cool. Items name and workbench are standardized across all lists. Some of these I don't really give a crap about, but some of them, you just want to know just in case any of these affect you. Show unlockable button now shows recipes you can learn through a plan, scrapping, or can purchase in Atomic Shop. Okay, that's actually really cool. That would be useful so you don't sit there and not even know what plans you could possibly get. Unlearned recipes show the name of plan you need, what item to scrap, or let you buy it from the store. Well, that's actually kind of cool. So it seems like in this update, they're actually doing a lot of things to speed up your process on things, which is really cool. I really do like that. So that's an A+ so far. 1-star legendary mods no longer show up under random legendary mods. 2, 3-star legendary mods now display correctly under current mods when inspecting an item. I don't know exactly what that means, but they fixed it. So hey, as long as you're fixing things in the game, that's good. But you know as well as I do, when they're fixing things in the game, also things tend to get a little bit more broken. Improve the learned mod counter. What is that exactly? The learned mod counter, just telling you how many mods you've learned. So I guess I did have a couple guns I never got the extra mods for, so maybe they corrected the right amount. Like you can only get 5 mods on this gun, and it was showing that you could get 10. So that would actually be cool, because I was getting frustrated there for a while. And then I had somebody tell me that, hey, that gun only has a couple mods. And then we come to the section of new design changes. We've lowered the level requirements for various perk packs, so you'll be able to get perks faster. That's really good. Be able to level up quickly. So they are speeding up the process. Added more default camp recipes for all players. Okay, that's cool. You'll be able to get some different camp things early, so I enjoy that. Rebalance combat in Morgantown and Somerville. So are they talking about the different enemies you could fight in there? I'm guessing. Replace the Liberator bots outside of Vault 76 with Feral Ghouls. Okay, so the Liberator bots, I don't know. I don't know why they would replace them. I could see some players having a little hard time with them at first because they do just really be annoying. Honestly, when I play, I die from them just because they're annoying and I don't think to mess with them and they end up killing me. So I don't know what replacing them is going to do, but who knows? If you're a new player, let me know in the comments down below if you were actually struggling with that or if they just replaced them to make them harder or whatnot. Lower the frequency of enemy attacks on the player's camp. Honestly, that's a nice one because every time you be sitting there building, they'd end up attacking the camp and then it'd sit there and get you all pissed off. And honestly, a lot of us know that when they come and attack, they should make a bar to where you would want certain items. Like you could place an item in your camp that gives you more attacks or take away, like a little bar or something. That way you, because some days you want a lot of attacks just to be role playing or whatever, you know. I'd like a lot of things to attack my camp sometimes, and sometimes I don't want nothing to attack my camp, especially when I'm building. So maybe if there was a distinction between them somehow. And then adjusted the gun fu perk effect and text description. I probably have used gun fu, but I'm not too sure about that. But again, it's another good fix. Hallelujah. The bugs have been exterminated and mysterious construction has begun at the Gilman lumber mill. Okay, so that's a little secret there we might have to figure out, guys. If you do know what the bugs have been exterminated and mysterious construction at this lumber mill is, let me know in the comments. I'd be grateful for that so I can go check it out. Might have to do a video over that or something. And renamed over 600 camp items. That's gonna be crazy. So when you're looking in the game, I wonder how much stuff is just completely different than what you are used to. Like they're revamping the game a little bit. I like it. Coming out with a good update. Remove the hunter/hunted radio station in event. Yeah, that event, I really didn't know too much about it. Like, were they just, was it a combat system or like PvP, I guess? I didn't know too much about it. Not too many people actually that I know actually did it. And good with salt description accurately states the effects of the modification. The refrigeration mod does not stack with this perk. So that one's with mainly your food, and it probably preserved it better, so they fixed that. And Grenader perk now applies to Gauss weapons. Oh man, that's gonna make the Gauss weapons pretty legit. They're gonna be crazy. Y'all might have to try out Gauss weapons with the Grenader perk. Then the next player will no longer receive legendary power armor pieces as rewards from events and quests until level 20. I guess that makes sense because getting some power armor pieces that you can't use will just suck because they'll just be in your inventory like dead weight. So yeah, I guess that's a good change. Legendary creatures no longer mutate at 50% health to have health regeneration, but instead have 60 increased health. Well, that's cool. I actually agree with that because sometimes you be hitting the queen and you'll get it down so much lower than sometimes you do, and then it will go up. Like you could probably barely hit it and then it all the way goes up, and then sometimes you can hit it so much to where it's almost dead and then it goes up. So I do get frustrated with that. I understand that. That's a good change. And various changes to health resistance and weapon damage for the following creatures: Super Mutant, Protectrons, Mole Rat, Mr. Handy / Gusty, Feral Ghoul, Scorch, Glowing One, Assaultron, Mylurk King, Mylurk Crab, Cave Cricket, Rad Scorpion, Angler, Float Flamer, Floater Freezer, Floater Gnasher, I don't know. Joke on me in the comments. Mutant Hound, Liberator, and Mirelurk Hunter. That's basically all the mods. So they changed almost up all the mods, which is going to be crazy. This seems like an update they should have did a while ago, to be honest. Reduce the amount of pop-up information upon exiting the vault. Is the vault 76 or just any vault? Because that'd be good to know. Might be a good change. Increase aid items in low-level quests, rewards, and challenges. That would be good to help out low-level players, because I used to have to give out stim packs a lot, especially to low-level players, because they be using them all the time and don't, you know, eventually learn how to sit there and ration it out. They just, oh, get hit once, stem, rather than getting hit like 20 times and then syringing, you know, making it worth it. Daily op rewards prioritize giving unlearned recipe rewards to players. Once all recipes are learned, players will start getting repeats. Okay, that's awesome. That's awesome. I hate getting the same thing learned a couple of times over and over again. That's really cool. That's an A++ there, Bethesda. Other players can no longer steal your camp bone chimes. Other players used to be able to steal your chimes? Who would want to steal your camp bone chimes? That's crazy. I guess some people would just come in and be the camp bone bandits and run up and steal your bone chimes. That's funny. That's good though. So far, I'm actually looking at some good stuff, some good updates that they're coming out with, and of course there's a lot more things they could change and fix, but hey, so far I've seen that they're trying to fix a lot, and hopefully they didn't break too much, but they probably did with these updates. Now we're on bug fixes and improvements. Adjusted terrain around the Moonshine Jamboree event and fixed an issue that could cause the event to fail when depositing gopher venom with a few seconds left on the timer. That's good, so you'd be able to actually complete the event and not have it accidentally get screwed up if you get a couple seconds left. Fixed various excavation power armor inconsistencies. I never really had too many problems with it, but maybe if it's talking about a jetpack it had or something that I've had problems with the jetpack, and I know that's like considered legacy, so maybe they probably didn't fix it. I imagine they took that out of the game, but I really didn't have a problem with that type of power armor. Rad Scorpion omelets now heal Formula P addiction. That's cool if you got Formula P addiction at least. The carnivore mutation now works with the cannibal perk. I might have to look into that because that might actually be pretty insane. Fixed an issue preventing players from VATs targeting extra large creatures from a distance. I never really considered that to be an issue, but maybe some of y'all have, especially if you're a VATS build. I'm a VATS build and I haven't really ran into that much of a problem. I guess usually I'm closer to the people than normal. Fixed an issue causing combat groups to persist over long distances, keeping the player in combat. That's going to be cool. That way you ain't running across the whole map just to run away from some so you can fast travel. That will be cool. That's a good fix. Fix power attacks sometimes not registering as power attacks. Well, I'd say that's a great fix. You know, if there's a game element that you're trying to do and it's not working, and this lets you start right out at level 20 with some extra materials, I'm sure will be bare minimum that they'll give you, but that's a really big change, and that's something that's going to be, I'd say that's a good fix. Thank God they fixed that. The imposter Seep Squatch area of attack can no longer damage players who are out of sight of it. That is awesome. I used to go to this event and not die quick. And this was when I was lower level, of course, but I used to die quick just from that thing doing its little stomp on the ground or whatever it does, and I wouldn't even see this thing. So that actually, I like that. That's pretty good. Fixed an issue where a player could become stuck in the vertibird post expedition. Well, that's good. Never happened to me, of course, but at least they're fixing that. Mutated party packs now grant healing. I don't know how to say that name. If you do, let me know in the comments down below. When all recipes have been learned. Okay. Salvage Assaultron heads now display charging damage instead of single shot. A lot of players actually use the charging shot, so that's a little good. New players no longer receive an unnamed radio station with information on Nuka World on tour upon leaving the vault. I think it's because I'm an older player why I haven't really made a new account now, so maybe that was an issue, but it wasn't an issue for me. And players can no longer attack with auto melee weapons and sprint at the same time in third person. I never knew that was a thing, but if some of y'all use it, I'm sure that might suck because that sounds pretty legit there, but they did fix it sadly, so there's that. And nuke effects no longer appear indoors, so I guess you still get the mutated effects, you just don't get maybe all the smoke that it has. That would make more sense why some indoor places don't look as crazy as outside does, so that's a visual change, it would seem like, so that's a good change. But guys, that's everything that was in this update on January 5th 2023. Some of them are really good, like the players can start out at level 20 and there's a donation box outside of Vault 76, and some of them are just updates that needed to happen. And well, if you did like a video like this, like me going over the updates, please let me know in the comments down below and like the video, because that obviously makes me want to do more videos like this. And if you're new to the channel, check out some more Bob Lau content. I do all kinds of glitches and different videos, and it's all made by me. Well guys, I'm gonna have to leave it here, and catch you in the next video. If you made it this far into the video, you might as well watch some more content, and thank you to all our supporters.